Welcome to Book View Now, Miami Book Fair International, live from Miami-Dade College. I'm your host, Jeffrey Brown of the PBS NewsHour, and PBS will be here for 3 days covering the 31st Annual Miami Book Fair International, the famed literary event featuring more than 600 authors from across the literary spectrum, including top names from every genre, as well as tens of thousands, maybe hundreds of thousands of attendees. Coming up tonight, we'll sit down with Nicholas Kristof, talk to Mitchell Kaplan, the co-founder of the Miami Book Fair, and Harold Augenbraum of the National Book Foundation. We'll also take you inside an evening with the National Book Award winners and finalists. All along the way, we'd like to hear from you. And you can find us on Facebook and on Twitter at BookViewNow. Use the hashtag MBFI31. Or you can find us online at bookviewnow.org. And joining me now and throughout the next 3 days are my co-hosts, Kelly Corrigan and Rich Fahle. And hello.
Hello.
Hello for the first time.
How you doing, Jeffrey?
I'm good. Rich, you started all this, so tell everybody what this is all about and how this began.
Well, I've known about the Miami Book Fair for a long time. It's an amazing gathering of writers and energy. It's been going on for 31 years now. I've had my eyes on this fair for a long time, since I started coming down working for C-SPAN back in the time that I worked there.
You've had experience with covering these things, right?
I have,
talking to authors.
And certainly all in one place, to have so many authors in one place at one time, telling stories, entertaining so many people. I knew that this would make great entertainment, and we went to PBS and we approached Detroit Public Television, and we find ourselves here for this first time, the 31st year of the fair, our first time. We're really excited to start the week.
And Kelly, you're a writer who's happy to get out of the house, right?
I'm so happy.
And happy to get to Miami.
That's right, that's right. So I spend, 9 months a year huddled behind a computer screen by myself, hoping that the words I write will someday be held in the hands of a loving reader. And then you come here and people are just streaming in. And it's just a total thrill. It's so deeply encouraging to see readers en masse lining up to listen to the best writers in America. And that's really who's here, which I think is such a thrill to honor these great minds. I mean, these are the most articulate, observant, intelligent, studied minds that we have available to us. Yeah. So to get to talk to these people is a total thrill for me.
I mean, one of the fun parts of this is the preparing, in which we look at the list and we kind of divvy up the authors we're talking to, right?
Yeah, we went back and forth a number of times. I mean, we would love to talk to every single author that's here. Yeah. I mean, there's so many amazing stories, so many amazing books, so many amazing personalities. We knew we wanted to talk to as many as we could. We're here for 3 full days. But the reality is, we're
going to scratch the surface, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
that's right.
in fact, yeah.
I mean, we'll have people out in the fairground, out in the fair itself, kind of bringing back stories from there too. But the idea was to capture as much as we could. It's an 8-day fair. We're here for 3, so we've been here for a few days getting content before we even started.
Yeah. So what are you looking forward to most?
I think I'm looking forward to the variety. Like, to talk to a YA author and then talk to somebody like Roz Chast from The New Yorker, and a great cartoonist, and then to talk to somebody like Russell Banks or Steven Johnson. I'm looking forward to Walter Isaacson, that just Ayelet Waldman. I mean, there's just such a cool range of writers that are going to come through our set that I just feel so lucky.
It is interesting, right? Because the narrative of the book industry is sort of the death of the book, right? Or the lack of readers, and then here we are where there's hundreds of thousands of people coming, and we're giving it this kind of coverage.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Which it tickles me to be able to do that at this moment.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. If you look at what's happening in the book industry, how the face of book selling has changed. You've seen some big chains. I used to work at Borders. Things have just changed so drastically, and yet you still find people finding their way to great books. And what I was excited about with the fair is being able to help people find that next book, get there, to the one that's going to change their life. Like books changed my life. I think there's so many stories like that everywhere here, and to find tens of thousands of people streaming in the streets around books is very encouraging, as Kelly said.
Yeah. You feel the same.
I do, and I think, if you think about somebody like a Steven Johnson or a Walter Isaacson and the time and care they put into creating these books that somehow get sold for $20, $25, I mean, you often read a book like that and you think, oh, I should be paying $700 for this. In terms of its value to me and its lasting impact on me and the way that I'll recall this for years to come, I owe this person much, much more than $25. So I'm so happy to.
You're speaking as a writer, it sounds
Yes,
like.
right. Yes, in fact.
What do you mean, only $25?
I might suggest,
right?
if there are any of my readers out there, that if
The
you wanted
special
to send
Kelly
a check,
Corrigan fund, right?
that's right. But I think that we're so lucky to have access to these minds and these thinkers here.
All right, Kelly and Rich, we're going to keep talking. We're going to hear all your interviews and my interviews, and I'm looking forward to it.